Okay, this is a quick video for anyone trying to run the Sidespin Friday night. Uh, I'm assuming you've turned on all the PCs and followed the instructions to get every PC up and running. This is what the Tournament Director PC looks like after you've done that. And you're going to come over and make sure you're on the Live Tournament tab right here. And then you're going to make sure you have tonight's date. You can set it with the date picker right there. And then you're just going to create a new Sidespin tournament. Just click Create Tournament. This is pretty straightforward in that you're going to add a set of players that are the players for tonight. Then you're going to generate matches to play, and each one of these matches can be assigned to one of the two tables, which then updates the scoreboard app that's at the table. Players can go play it, they score it on the scoreboard app, and it updates here, and then the table opens up, and you can assign another match. And you just keep doing that until you're ready for the championship single elimination tournament at the end of the night. So let's go ahead and add some players. Adam, let's see, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go with 8 players. We could even do 9 if we want. Let's do Randy. Let's choose Add Selected. And now we've got all 9 players available. In the middle of the night, if someone joins, you can just click on Add Players and add them to the list. If somebody takes off after an hour or two, you could just hit the red X and take them out, and then they won't be scheduled anymore. And any unplayed matches with their name will be taken out of the queue. So very easy to add people, delete people. It's kind of a nice model. Once you have your players set, then you want to actually obviously start playing. If I click the Generate Singles button, it's going to generate all of the singles combinations, so all 9 of these players play everybody once. So 9 times 8 is 72, divided by 2 is 36, so it just generated 36 singles matches, and away you go. With 9 people, you could do all of those, and then everyone will have played everybody if they would like. And I think you know how to do this. You can click on Table 1 to assign Randy and Charles to Table 1, and then you see all the matches that don't have Randy or Charles. The Table 2 is enabled for them. You can choose any one of these, send it to Table 2, and away you go. And now the scoreboard apps are updated with these 2 matchups, and they can go off and play. Just going to clear those tables to empty them, and I'm going to go down to the bottom and clear all of the matches because I'm not that interested in singles for what I want to show you. When it comes to generating doubles, there's a little more sophistication in the tool that I can show you. Let me quickly do that. Actually, before I do that, there's one other thing you can do with generating singles. Let's come into the settings. If you have this many players, you probably don't want, all of those 36 singles matches. It's way too much. Click on the schedule settings icon, and here you can see that there's something called Singles Group Stage. When it's on, we're going to generate singles. The Generate Singles button divides the active players into groups of 3 or 4, and you only play those matches with the other players in your group. It's a little like World Cup. So if I turn Singles Group Stage on, right there, and then close this, and now if I generate singles, you'll notice it's generating much fewer matches. It's basically dividing up our group into, it looks like two groups of a 4 and a 5, and then everybody within the group is going to play everybody exactly once. So you don't get the exhaustive singles play, but you still get some singles, which I think is really nice because playing just pure doubles gets a little bit much for a lot of people. So that one setting will change the way Generate Singles works. And I typically will stick with generating singles the classic way, unless I have a lot of players, and then I'll move to that sort of World Cup setting. I'm going to go ahead and clear the matches, and those are your options for singles. So again, you come into the setting, and Singles Group Stage on will give you a much, much smaller number of singles matches. Singles Group Stage off will give you the maximum amount. It's everybody playing everybody, which is better for smaller numbers. Okay, doubles has a similar choice. Notice there's a doubles scheduling mode. If I set that to what we call sets, and then I click close, and then I generate doubles, it's going to take a look at all 9 of these players, and it's going to say, oh, I want to generate an entire set of doubles that basically has every player partnering with every other player exactly one time. And I want to make sure every player plays the exact same number of doubles matches as every other player. So it's very fair, but it can be a lot of matches, and you might not always want this many matches. The other challenge is you've created an entire set now, and if somebody else were to join, it gets a little tricky. Like, how do you add them in to this already generated set of matches? So I tend to not use this method. This is the way we used to play with Excel, where we generate an entire set of singles, an entire set of doubles, and it was very pure and very fair, and you could certainly do it. But we tend to value, I think, more flexibility for people to come and go as they please. So I'm going to clear these matches. We're going to go back into settings, and we're going to change our double scheduling mode from sets to continuous. And what continuous means is that it'll take a look at the open tables, it'll take a look at the players available to play who aren't currently playing and who aren't paused because they want to break. These little pause buttons will take you out of the scheduling algorithm. And it'll basically say, oh, I have 2 open tables, I have 9 players. Let me see if anybody has played fewer matches than anybody else, and let me optimize to catch those players up so everybody gets to play the same number of matches. And then let me pair people up. So if I choose generate doubles now, it's only going to generate 2 doubles matches because we have 2 tables. And you see it put Adam and Clay versus Zach and Randy, and it put Brad with Charles versus Chris and Laurent. So if we go ahead and assign these players to these 2 tables, away they go, and it shows that they're on those 2 tables. Now let's say Adam and Clay beat Zach and Randy 1-0. And let's say Brad and Charles beat Chris and Laurent 1-0. And as we score these tables open up, and the scheduling algorithm will automatically schedule a couple more matches for these 2 open tables. It'll sort of always keep the doubles coming because it's in this continuous doubles scheduling mode. So it's real-time scheduling that takes into account how many matches people have played, how many tables are open, who's available to play, and it'll just keep cranking through doubles matches as long as you want, which I find to work particularly well. Now, there's one other element to the continuous doubles scheduling that I want to tell you about, and that is called strength-based or strength-balanced doubles teams. If you have this, you can have it on or you can have it off. If you have it on, what this system will do is once it assigns 4 players to a table, it'll actually look at those players, and based on their past history, it will split up the strongest players and pair them with the weaker players to make the match more competitive. If you have the strength-based setting to off, strength-balanced doubles teams to off, it will never look at the player's past history. It'll literally just take the 4 players who've been assigned to table 1 and generate a random pairing. So you could get 2 of your strongest players playing together, playing against 2 of your weaker players, and that may not be the most fun. So I tend to like, particularly when you have a lot of people showing up, I like continuous scheduling for doubles, and I like strength-based doubles teams. But you obviously can choose, as the person running the show, that maybe you don't want that at all, and you can just turn that off, and you can put doubles back to sets to have the full set generated. The other setting I should tell you about that's a lot of fun when you're doing a night, particularly with a decent number of players, is to allow cutthroat when you have more than 3 players. And now if I were to turn this on and I say, okay, let's go, and let me take out a couple of players here. I'm going to take out Laurent. I'm going to take out, whoever else I took out, I didn't even notice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 players. Now, if I generate doubles, watch what happens. It generates that doubles match, Adam and Randy versus Chris and Zach. Let's go assign that to table 1. And let's see if it works some magic here. Interesting. Did I say yes or did I say no? I said on. I said on. Generate doubles. There we go. I guess I had to hit it again, excuse me. Now it generates another doubles match. In this case, it's Cutthroat, because we have 3 players who are free, not 4 players. And now I can assign Clay to play Brad and Charles. And voila, you've worked Cutthroat into your doubles generation. And I think that's another cool setting to sort of know about. So, as the tournament director, think about whether you want doubles to be real-time continuous or whether you want those big sets. Think about whether you want your doubles teams to be balanced based on historical strength of the players. Think about whether you want Cutthroat to be enabled or whether you don't want any Cutthroat. And then for singles, think about whether you want the group stage World Cup style, where not everybody plays everybody, or if you want the classic style where any singles generation will generate the entire set of matches. Those are basically your settings to have the night go the way the night is going to go. Now, when you're done with the round robin and you've had enough of the round robin play, and usually people are just like, okay, let's get on to the championship. Then you come up here and you notice there's a round robin section and there's a single elimination section. Click single elimination, and now I'm going to show you all the players sorted by their leaderboard score. So these scores will obviously get big over the night, and let's say Adam is at the top and Chris is at the bottom. So this is your top 3, your top 7 players on the leaderboard. Well, we've created the ability to have a championship single elimination and to have a consolation single elimination, just to give these folks a little more competition at the end of the night and give them some experience playing in that single elimination tournament. Obviously, the championship folks are the ones playing for the trophy, but it's kind of fun to have consolation going too. So I'm going to put Adam, and I'm going to add him to the championship. I'm going to add Clay. I'm going to add Brad. And then I'm just going to decide that Charles, Zach, Randy, and Chris are in the consolation round. And for whatever reason, if I wanted Clay to be the first seed, I could move Clay up. If I wanted Clay to be the last seed, I could move him down. Same goes for these folks. If I want Zach to be the second seed, I could just move him down. Once I'm happy with the players who are here and the order of them, I just click Generate Brackets. And now it's going to generate 2 single elimination brackets. One for the championship and one for the consolation. I should have removed these folks from those tables. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Boop, those tables would really be empty before you created this single elimination. But here you go. Brad is going to play Clay, and then Adam got the bye as the top seed. So in the finals, he's going to play the winner of this match. Meanwhile, down here, you have a semis consolation that has Zach versus Chris, first seed versus fourth, Randy versus Charles, third and second. And then the final is TBD. You can hit the championship bracket, and you can see that Adam got the bye, and Brad and Clay are going to battle it out to get to the final. And you can come back to the hub and hit the consolation bracket, and there's Zach playing Chris and Randy playing Charles. So you might want to play the consolation first and save the championship for when that's all done. So you send consolation Zach versus Chris to table 1, and you send Randy versus Charles to table 2, and then Zach and Chris play, and Zach takes Chris out 3-2. Obviously, they can play whatever format they want. Randy takes out Charles 3-2 also, and now those 2 matches are done, and sure enough, here's Zach versus Randy. If you were to go back to the consolation draw or the consolation bracket, there you have it. Zach and Randy are going to play in the finals. You can send them to table 2 if you want. And maybe you send Brad and Clay, the semifinal match, the only semifinal match for the championship. You send them to table 1. Let's say Zach takes out Randy in a nail biter. And voila, Zach won the consolation bracket. Let's say Brad takes out Clay in a tight 3-2, and now Adam and Brad are the last match to go on. This is the actual finals of the championship, and Adam is so tough, we all know. Let's say he takes out Brad 4-2, and boom, Adam wins the championship. If we come back to those brackets, there's Zach beating Randy 4-3, and there's Adam beating Brad for 2, just like we said. And now the championship is essentially done. The night is over. But that's how this live tournament tab is designed to work. And these settings are right here, and you can go in here and tweak these based on how you would like to play. Hopefully that's a big help. Good luck running the evening.